Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast, with me Matt. I got a few short games here, so we'll probably go through them one by one today. You'll see them one day at a time, of course. Let's go through the team, shall we? On the German side, we have Frosty Gaming, playing as Sturm Tactics for the Waffen-SS. And we have Q, playing for the Wehrmacht as Infanterie Division. On the Allied side, we have Pi, playing as British Royal Parachute Regiment with hammer specialization. This should be interesting. And we have BH-18 for the United States of America as a mechanized company. Let's see how this will turn out today then, shall we? Looks like BH is going for normal riflemen instead of going for the unique cavalry riflemen you get access to that cost the same. It's just at the normal liaison. You got double grenadiers for Q instead of going for Volksgrenadiers. Oh, no, it was the Volksgrenadiers, not grenadiers, my bad. He's going for double Volksgrenadiers. Yeah, Frosty going for the point down here. He's going for lots of Wallonian volunteers. Was the Jeep coming out for... the Jeep coming out for Pi? You made some sandbags there, very smart. Try and cover his advance up. He needs to start opening fire. Very good position right there. But the Brits can hold this area pretty easily, but because it's the Infantry Division, the Veteran C can really help a lot early on. But the British are just very good at range combat, so... And here comes the Jeep. Armed with a Vickers K by looks of it. Very good weapon. Very rapid rate of fire. It's essentially like a British LMG-42. About similar firing rate.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
We have a Kugelwagen coming up here for the SS. Americans are digging in along the river area. Looks like the Germans are trying to stop the Allies at this river crossing. But that's not gonna work with that Kugelwagen. Completely shot apart by these echelon and this combat engineer squad that came in with an M1 Garants.
Heavy machine gun team, ready for orders.
Americans take the center. Germans are digging in here. Very good with a sandbag position. Those get an MG. That might be an MG-34. Indeed, MG-34. Well, the British are stopping the Germans from getting access to these points, but the Germans are denying those points to the British. So there's a double-edged sword in that regard. Oh, BH-18, the American, is trying to limit the movability of German vehicles later on. Very fascinating decision. Yeah, but now the British is going to make use of this cover that was been so kindly provided to them. So it seems like there's something stopping them from firing. Yeah, only one guy can shoot here because of the foliage. But the Pioneers might be close enough to throw a Gebaldeladno. Except they're not throwing it. Because throwing it out here could be a big enough threat. That's a Mills bomb. Oh, deadly as expected. The Wehrmacht really needs to push more troops up. But now we have an MG-34 for the SS here. A very good covering arc, but problem is it's not too exactly there. But the Freiwilligen are getting into positions. Ah, there we go. Let's turn a little bit. The Wehrmacht needs to do something. Like taking up, perhaps? Or perhaps it already has taken up, I just cannot see. Because the Wehrmacht has a lot of extra resources currently. Resources that could be used in building the first tier building or getting more Volksgrenadiers, whatever. Oh, he's going straight for second tier! Well, this could be interesting. Now we have an outpost going up here for the SS. If he puts an MG in there, that could increase its range to cover a lot. Here's the other MG-34.
It is finished. Good work, man.
Looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a static front line here today. Oh, he's not pulling inside the outpost? I guess not.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by.
Still a good
for
position
sending
though.
a command post.
Covers basically the entire crossing. We do have some British parachute troopers now. Looks like a assault team, so they're armed with stolen MP40s and Thompsons. That's a lot of firepower. But the Volksgrenadiers have been armed with STGs. That's an MG-34 coming out. He's going straight for the 221, okay. The SS is taking up with the first truck now. Americans are just slowly getting equipped with better gear. And they got an ambulance.
Awaiting orders.
The British side we're not seeing too much. Excuse me, I just had to check something here quick. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's gonna be possible for the British to move up with STGs and a 222 driving around. Or 221. They're coming a 222 soon. An MG is more than enough to cover that area. But that approach is way too open. Got some airdrops coming in. Might this be supplies or might this be extra units? Oh, they're paradropping in a lieutenant.
There's a shiny new officer and gentleman ready to go.
We got a infantry lieutenant here for the Germans, who essentially works as a combat squad as well, which is a very handy ability to have. But now we have the 222, which is gonna be very hard for the British to deal with. Except they can fire an anti-tank grenade. So he's gonna need his pioneers on the double. That MG-34 is definitely going to cover this approach really easily. Now the Germans actually have the area connected, so they're getting a few more resources to work with. There's like a bunker of some kind is coming up, a medic bunker, reinforced by, and the officers sitting up in a position up here. Very static front line currently. Germans are just digging in heavily. Getting another. That's an MG-42 though. So now they're actually getting a very good machine gun. Not that the MG-44 is bad or anything. Just 300 more rounds per minute can actually make a big difference if you're using the MG-42. But what are the British gonna do? Are the sappers going in for another attempt?
You need some reconnaissance?
Oh. I need to be careful because the STGs are already giving them what for. Yeah, the MP-44s and the Volksgrenadiers are very lethal. Oh, and he's setting up a fuel cache right next to his MG. Oh, that's not good. If that fuel cache gets destroyed mid-battle, that could be very devastating. Oh, we have a mortar now for the Americans, probably intending to smoke the position. And the Americans are preparing for some kind of push by the looks of it. Flamethrowers in hand and everything. But the smoke is being very inaccurate. So that is a death sentence right there for those troops. MG-42 and MG-34, yeah, they are completely pinned. You should probably pull those troops back before it becomes worse. But he's still trying.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
The smoke only obscured the MG42 though, and he lost the combat engineer. Ooh, that's costly. And a rifleman scored. Oh, that's real bad. That's real bad right there. Yes, he has got some mechanized troops, though, armed with a Springfield sniper rifle. Interesting choice. Yeah, well, the Germans are digging in further along the line here. There's some Aufklar coming up for Q. This should give him more sight on the British troops. He still hasn't repaired his 221. No, or 222. He'll probably work on that. Players coming over the front line. More coming up for the Germans here. Probably to counter the American one. None of them SS infantry apart from the 2 Freiwilligen, in all honesty. It's going for a lot more support weapons. Which does make him very good mobile. Oh, and that anti-tanks team just got mowed down by the Volksgrenadiers armed with MP40s. MP44s, I mean.
Camouflage can now be used to ambush the enemy.
Looks like Pi is having a little bit of a hard time fighting the Wehrmacht in this area. These Volksgrenadiers are actually holding the line surprisingly well. But they need that 222 repaired. Americans so far have not been doing much. They might be going for an early vehicle now. Try and push through, because these weapons are not good against, say, a Stuart. There's no anti-tank equipment amongst them. So the SS on this flank seem to be really under-equipped to deal with vehicles. We do have 2 Wallonians, and the Wallonians do have Panzerfausts. Where are all the Wallonians? We have one here. Where's the other one? Over here, okay. You could relocate them quickly if need be.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of
There we go, 222 is ready again. I think she'll probably move up here. Very little here that can that's a threat to it.
They have our range.
Ah, but we have the lieutenant coming up. Probably trying to hit it with a gammon bomb if we can get close enough. But the 221 is, well, 222 is just killing everything at range anyway. So they should invest in like a single anti-tank rifle. But Germans are advancing up, which is so far working thanks to the officer and all the light cover everywhere. Oh, we also got some Pegasus division coming in, being armed with the Gewehr 43s and MP44s. Very good for medium and assault range then. And meanwhile, we have an SS Aufklar keeping an eye on the Americans here, providing them a lot of line of sight, as you can see. And the mortar gets to work. Oh, he's using smoke. Probably not the best idea. American artillery strike coming in. That is a fire for effect. So anything that stays within that circle is going to get blasted. So these machine guns have to move. Or they're going to die. That's why you need mobile infantry instead of heavy weapons teams. Yes, it's starting to get some stormtroopers though. The Wehrmacht is still taking this position. They're getting a light ticket shoots. Valentine tank coming up for the British. Half track for the Americans. Americans are pushing up, crossing the river. Stormtroopers and Wallonians are heading southwards. British troops are advancing under 222. Finds a spot for the Valentine, I'd wager. There's the Valentine. It's staying back for now. Half track is up, but a Panzerfaust is enough to deal with it. Good job by the SS, but the SS are taking heavy losses. 3 stormtroops against the Spearhead, they might be able to do it if they're in a good position. But they don't have the weapons for it.
Heavy machine gun group are ready for action.
Gebaldeladung though. If they would throw it. They're staying hidden. Very smart. Gave him a chance to throw it. And that is coming in right on a very good spot. Ooh, very nice. But the stormtroopers are in a very big position, a very bad position. Oh, the SS are being broken by the looks of it. The Wehrmacht is still doing okay, but now there's a Valentine on the field and they have... they're getting a Panzer IV command tank. That'll work. Why did he get an extra truck? He might have misclicked. But the SS are getting overrun now. The Americans are pushing across the river. And an MT-42 in desperation moving up, but the Stuart can just move up and mow it down. Oh, the SS are not doing well at all. And now there's also a Greyhound. America's pulling all of the light vehicles now. All the Valonians have been called in. They're both of us working as artillery piece currently. The sheer amount of machine guns is just too much for the Valonians here. The Wehrmacht is still being a threat to the British though. Slowly creeping up with their troops and the command tank now. I think only the bazooka and the Valentine and the flanking shot will be good against this thing. But the Americans are pushing very much in the SS. The SS are not even going to be able to get this one up. Greyhound combat engineers and everything is pushing in. The SS are gonna lose a lot of territory here.
Panzergruppe command has been lost. Dispatching a mobile HQ vehicle.
Americans moving up again. They're going into the Wehrmacht's command tank. Immobilize the tank. But the command tank is still holding. Meanwhile, the Valentine has pushed through though. Need repairs to that tank though. But the British have landed with a glider and everything. Right into a machine gun. That was probably not the best move. There's also another Panzer IV on the field. Oh, what's the Valentine doing? Oh, not good for the Valentine. Lots of Alonians. You need to get that Panzer IV command tank repaired, though. Asuka! Ooh, very nice attempt, but not enough. The Wehrmacht still holds the north, but the SS, thanks to the Wehrmacht's help, is slowly pushing the Americans back. With heavy casualties to their Wallonian troops, though.
Heavy machine gun team ready for battle.
Wehrmacht needs to take the munitions point back. That's very, very important. Need to get those tanks repaired. Getting double pioneers to do the repairs, I think. Just check if the recording is looking okay while I'm recording. Looks good. Good to see. Americans trying to make another push here. Oh, they do have a repair position here, which is going to help, but the tank is just not in range. Brits are slowly trying to push up again.
One of our officers has fallen in battle.
That's an MG-44, trying to set up here, but there's another half-track.
Good to go. Enemy infantry. Fire at will.
We have a captain, I think. That's a captain anyway. No, is that a captain? I don't know. Anyway, a British captain or officer down here, which is going to provide some kind of artillery buff for the Americans, I wager. Good job with the Panzerfaust there. They still need to get that Panzer IV repaired, though. Ah, there's an anti-tank gun present. That's going to keep this position a little bit more threatened. More artillery coming in here. From the British, actually, I think. Yep, from the British. MG-34 still standing, though. Looks like we've got some power dropping in, too.
Unit ready. Combat unit ready.
Very risky when there's a stormtrooper right there shooting them as they dropping. They managed to throw a bomb. And now the stormtroopers are still present. Oh, he's gonna rush him to throw Gabalde. Oh, that's a Blenkorper. Very smart. That's gonna buy him some time and also damage the Americans. And then he throws a Gabalde. Very smart play right there. He needs to get another stormtrooper, I'd say. Oh, and the SAS are appearing behind in a very bad timing. Very bad timing right there. Just as the Wallonians come around. Yeah, that must suck on the manpower. Light infantry gun is still firing on the British positions. Oh, we have a Stu. A Stu-42 is present now. Very useful anti-assault weapon, really. As you can see. But really, they vary depending on the terrain. Oh shit, he's trying to push up with the tank hunters. But the Stu got him. He's gonna use it as an artillery piece. Which you can do, you can use it to bombard a position with 3 rounds. little bit of a slow between the rounds though. But the Wehrmacht is definitely doing a lot better than the SS is. But the SS has regained their territory. They just need to keep their troops replenished. And at the front. I'm just surprised at all the Wallonians though. Oh, we have an A2 Sherman. Now this should probably allow the Americans to advance a lot easier. He just needs to keep a distance from the Wallonians and he should be fine. Wallonians incoming. Or they might be close enough to use it. Oh, but they weren't using it, it's being shut down. Oh, and they did. That's why you have infantry support. And the Scot got him. It's gonna allow the Americans to push up again without impunity. Or with impunity, I'm not sure how you say it. Yeah, the SS needs more anti-tank equipment, or they need tank support from the Wehrmacht. As the SS are not gonna be able to hold this position. Not like this anyway. Yeah, the Scot combination with the Sherman is definitely killing a lot of SS right here. That's double high explosive shields right now. And not looking good for Frosty Gaming. That's a 17 pounder for Pie. Okay, they're really going heavy in.
The enemy have destroyed a forward position.
He's actually trying to snipe the Stu with the 17 pounder.
Our infantry can now rush into the enemy line.
Oh, Valentine's trying to flank. That's a very cheeky move. One which did not pay off, I think. Yeah, the 17 pounder is still missing. And it seems like someone's not happy about the Shermans. Like, it's just a Sherman and a Scot. It's not that special, but it is a lot of explosive firepower. He might be talking about his own commander. Who knows? He also did just go for a lot of heavy weapons teams, not a lot of infantry. And the Wallonians are okay, but he needed anti-tank equipment. The Wehrmacht has been doing okay. But I think as the Americans pushing across the river, the Germans are going to have to concede this area and pull back further into Germany. It's pretty clear to me that the Germans cannot hold this position much longer. And now he's finally getting a pack. That's something he should have gotten a lot earlier. And well, the Wehrmacht is just doing what the Wehrmacht does. Holding the line. And the Americans are pushing up with a Sherman and a Scot and all the riflemen. Those Wallonians are going to die out in the open if they run towards the tanks.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
Like, BIJ is playing really good American mechanized right here. Keeping his infantry, mechanized infantry with the tanks. And keeping them behind cover and supporting one another. No wonder the infantry just die if they move up towards them. What would you expect to happen? This is combined arms right here. Like, Frosty became way too, compliant.
Reload!
And that's what happens if you don't have AT and prepare for Shermans. Shermans are really powerful in anti-infantry. It's kind of what they're meant to do. An infantry support tank. That combined with the Scots providing extra high explosive support.
Leak! Bit the compartment!
And this is why if you have some tanks, you could deal with this easy, but yeah, it's only the Wehrmacht who has tanks currently.
Our base is under attack.
Like, Sherman's in the base, what do you expect to do? Another Ballonian battle group in desperation being called in.
Attack is ready for orders. We've lost a squad. The command vehicle has gone static. HQ operations now underway.
Ah, good old Americans. Looks like the British couldn't push up, so the Americans had to pull the work.
An infantry squad has been killed.
Well, Frosty, you just didn't get any anti-tank equipment, and you relied too heavy on weapons teams rather than infantry. A few mines here and there could probably have solved this issue. Or a pack or two in a very good position. You should really just stop complaining, I think.
Headquarters attacked. Send over.
And there we go. Shermans have won the fight for the Allies. A nice and easy victory. I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye-bye.